You're about to snap, and you don't even know it yet. If you've ever said yes when you meant no, you're already counting down, and the scoreboard is almost full. This video shows you how to release the pressure before you detonate. If you are watching this, you are most likely the nice guy. You are the one who never raises his voice, the one who always says yes, but you felt it. That tightening in your chest when you say yes, but your soul screams no. That's suppression, and suppression doesn't eliminate anger. It compresses it. Right now, beneath that polite smile, you are not forgiving anyone. You are keeping score. And one day, the scoreboard gets full. One day, the nice guy doesn't just get angry, he snaps. And when he does, it is a catastrophe. Let's break the biggest lie you've been told. You think that because you don't bite, you are virtuous. A rabbit is not virtuous because it doesn't eat the wolf. A rabbit is harmless because it is weak. The reality is you didn't choose to be a nice guy. You survived into one. You are nice because you are terrified of conflict. To understand what has molded you, you need to understand the survival mechanism installed in childhood called the Fawn response. Most people know fight, flight, or freeze. When a child is trapped in an environment where fighting back gets them punished, running away is impossible, and freezing makes them a target, the nervous system finds a fourth option: appease, make yourself useful, become indispensable, subdue your needs so completely that the threat forgets your prey. That child has learned to merge with the threat. Anger is dangerous. Boundaries are selfish. Your survival depends on being liked. And that learning, it doesn't shut off when you turn 18. It just finds new authority figures to serve. Bosses, partners, friends, anyone who might reject you. You amputated your own aggression to survive. The threat is gone, but your brain is still stuck in appease mode. You are still apologizing to people who have no power over you. And every time you fawn, you aren't being nice, you are lying. And the truth is accumulating in your shadow, waiting for a way out. This repression relies on a specific mechanism Dr. Robert Glover calls the covert contract. It goes like this: if I hide my needs and do everything you want, then you will love me and never leave me. Let me show you how this destroys a man in real life. A man spends 6 hours preparing his girlfriend's birthday dinner, her favorite meal, handwritten menu. She walks in, doesn't look up from her phone, says, "I already ate with my friends. I told you my plans last week." She didn't, but that's not even the point. He says, "Oh, no problem. I'll just save it." Cleans everything up, smiles, goes to bed. But inside, he is screaming. "I spent 6 hours on this. I watched 3 tutorials. I bought ingredients I can't pronounce, and she can't even look at me for 5 seconds." That's the covert contract in action. He never told her how much effort he put in, never asked if she wanted dinner, never said, "This matters to me." He just assumed that if he worked hard enough, she would feel his sacrifice and reciprocate with gratitude. But she didn't sign that contract. She doesn't owe him anything. And that's where the rage starts. Not because she's cruel, because he created an invisible economy where he's the creditor, and she doesn't even know she's in debt. Every time this happens, and it happens weekly for years, the ledger grows. The debt compounds, and the nice guy starts thinking, "I have given you everything, and you have given me nothing." That's not love. That's a pending lawsuit. And the settlement, it's coming. When the world doesn't pay him back, when the girl chooses the jerk, when the boss promotes the loudmouth, the nice guy doesn't just feel sad. He feels defrauded. He feels like a creditor who hasn't been paid. And that debt is accumulating interest in the form of pure black resentment. Be honest. Who do you have a covert contract with right now? Is it your boss? If I work late, he has to promote me. Is it your partner? If I never complain, she has to desire me. If you are waiting for a reward that you never asked for, you are sitting on a landmine. Like this video if you're ready to burn the invoice and start negotiating like a man. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, warned us about the shadow. The shadow is where you put everything you are ashamed of. Your aggression, your greed, your capacity for violence. The nice guy tries to starve his shadow. He thinks if he ignores his dark side, it will die. But the shadow does not die. It gets hungry. Every time you swallow an insult, you feed the shadow. Every time you apologize for existing, you feed the shadow. Every time you say it's fine when it's not fine, you feed the shadow. By age 7, you've learned to fawn. By 17, you've perfected it. By 37, you've accumulated 10,000 unpaid debts, and your ledger is keeping perfect records. You are building a psychological bomb in the basement of your own mind. And the most terrifying part, you won't know it's full until the moment it explodes. Let me show you what the snap actually looks like biologically, because it's not an emotional decision. It's a neural takeover. Jung called it enantiodromia, the tendency of things to turn into their extreme opposites. The day the nice guy snaps, he doesn't become assertive, he becomes a monster. Because he has no practice regulating his anger, he has no volume knob. It's an on-off switch. This is the amygdala hijack. Your logic center shuts down, the nice guy persona dissolves, and the repressed shadow takes the driver's seat. He says things that can never be unsigned. You know what? I'm done. I've listened to you complain about your job for 3 years while you've asked me about my day exactly twice. I've picked up your slack. I've covered your incompetence. I've smiled while you took credit for my work. You are a black hole. I have set myself on fire to keep you warm, and you haven't even noticed the smoke. He destroys relationships in seconds that took years to build. He burns the village down just to feel the warmth, and when the dust settles, the shame returns. You look at the wreckage and say, that wasn't me. But you are wrong. That was you. That was the part you have been refusing to acknowledge. So how do you integrate the shadow without letting it destroy you? Jung said you must make the unconscious conscious. But that's a philosophy, not a protocol. Let me give you the actual steps. But before we talk about the solution, here is the hard truth that positive vibes channels won't tell you. Fixing this is going to cost you. Because integrating your shadow doesn't just change you, it changes every relationship you have. You stop being a doormat, and the people who loved you for being a doormat will not like the new you. Some people will leave because you stop being useful. The people who loved the nice guy loved him because he was predictable, controllable, safe. When you integrate your shadow, you become dangerous. And dangerous people make others uncomfortable. They'll say, "You've changed." They're right, you have. And they'll say it like it's an accusation. Because to them it is. You were the emotional support animal, the free therapist, the ATM that never declined a transaction. And now you have boundaries. Now you expect reciprocity. So, you have a choice. Stay the nice guy, keep the relationships, keep the approval, keep the safety. Or integrate the shadow. Lose some people, gain your self-respect, and finally sleep at night without replaying every time someone walked over you. The question isn't whether you'll lose people. The question is, are you worth keeping? If you are ready to pay the price for self-respect, here is your 5-step daily protocol. Protocol 1. The monster integration. Every morning before you check your phone, stand in front of a mirror and say this out loud. I am capable of violence. I am capable of cruelty. I am capable of destruction. But I choose peace today because I am disciplined, not weak. This is shadow acknowledgement. Stare into your own pupils until you see the predator. Acknowledge him, then blink and put him on a leash. You're not becoming a monster. You're admitting the monster exists. And the moment you admit it, you control it. A sword kept in its sheath is not the same as a sword that doesn't exist. Protocol 2. The micro no. Today find one small thing to say no to. Something trivial. Can you stay late? No, I have plans. Even if your plans are watching Netflix, even if you could stay late, say no just to prove you can. Your nervous system will panic. You'll feel guilt. You'll feel selfish. That's the fawn response trying to pull you back. Let it burn. Feel the fear, and realize nothing happened. They didn't fire you. They didn't hate you. The world didn't end. Protocol 3. The boundary rehearsal. Pick one person in your life who consistently violates your boundaries. Before you see them next, rehearse what you'll say, out loud, in your car, in the shower, wherever. When you do X, I feel Y. I need you to stop. Then deliver it. Once. No explanation. No justification. No apology. Just the boundary. Their reaction will tell you everything you need to know about whether they belong in your life. Protocol 4. The physical discharge. You cannot think your way out of rage. It is biological. Once a week, physically express the anger you've been swallowing. Hit a heavy bag. Chop wood. Sprint until your legs give out. This is discharge. You're teaching your nervous system that anger has an outlet that isn't another human being. Shadow integration isn't about eliminating aggression. It's about channeling it. Protocol 5. Kill the contract. Stop giving to get. If you want something, ask for it explicitly. I want X. If you do something for someone, do it as a gift with zero expectation of return. If you can't do it without strings, don't do it. Do this for 30 days. By day 10, people will start treating you differently. They won't know why. You're not being aggressive. You're not being an asshole. But they'll sense something has changed. You're no longer negotiating your right to exist. By day 30, you won't recognize yourself. Not because you've become someone new, because you've finally become who you were before the world convinced you that powerlessness was a virtue. The death of the nice guy is the birth of the real man. The real man is kind, not because he is afraid to be mean, but because he chooses to be gentle. He has the power to destroy, which gives his choice to create meaning. Nice is being harmless because you're weak. Good is being dangerous, but disciplined. Don't be the rabbit. Be the wolf who chooses to protect the pack. The snap is coming. You can let it destroy you, or you can let it wake you up. If you are ready to bury the nice guy and integrate your power, comment shadow work below. It's time to stop apologizing for your existence. Subscribe for the truth they're too polite to tell you. Welcome to the shift.